Twende kazi. Anzisha. Unajua ndo unaanzishanga na Ali.
Ali.
The Kikombe.
Ali.
The Kikombe.
How many times did I call you?
Twice.
Twice.
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm great.
Yes.
But happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day.
Happy Jamhuri Day.
Happy Jamhuri Day.
What am I going to tell you next?
Happy Madaraka Day.
Happy Madaraka Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day, Ali.
Asante.
Happy upcoming what?
Mashujaa Day.
Tukiendelea, boss.
Yes, yes.
Ali.
For all the shujaas.
Ali. Ali.
Yeah.
Do you know one thing that I continually wonder?
Yes.
Whenever there's a protest,
Yes.
or let's say that people have decided that they want to stage something, they go and they get a permit. They usually give notice to
The police?
to the National Police Service.
Yes.
Right? No, it's not called the police force anymore.
No, it was rebranded to the National
Thank
Police
you.
Service.
So they give notice to the National Police Service
Yes.
that they're going to hold a demonstration or
Yes.
a protest.
Yes.
What is the role of police in these demonstrations?
The role of the police is to protect the protesters and to protect property as people are demonstrating. That is the work of the police. The police are not supposed to interfere with the protesters in any way, or shape or form. The police are there for protection of people and property. The end.
Allah?
But those are not the scenes we've been seeing, especially in the last 3 weeks. How's that? Is that? No.
No, I think, wow. Okay, so the police are supposed to protect property and protect the protesters.
Yeah.
So when I go to the police and I say, hey, we have this demonstration that we're going to hold on such a day on this road. What am I asking from them?
Security. That nobody will interfere with us as we are protesting. Because let's say, for example, we are protesting like we were protesting the finance bill. So we're coming to protest the finance bill on Tuesday. We will be in CBD, and the work of the police is to say, okay, you're protesting, okay. So in case there are other people who are trying to infiltrate you, it is the work of the police to neutralize them. So that your mission continues. Yes. That when other people come in to loot, that they would stop that because, protests are happening. They're to facilitate the protests, not take part in them, but just facilitate that you're able to come and protest so that your voice is heard. However you decide to go about it.
Yeah.
You're not asking for permission because it's your right in the Constitution.
No, okay, so we've given notice. We've told them. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be protesting on this day. Then they will organize themselves to see to it that the protests are.
Now, do we have to pay money to?
No. Why would you pay money?
Okay.
Free.
So we're not paying. So if I'm holding a protest, if I'm holding a demonstration, if I'm holding a function, and I need the help of the police, I do not need to pay money for it to happen.
No, you don't need to pay them.
It's their duty to do
It's
so.
their duty to protect you. You don't pay. Do you pay? They have salary for that.
Do you know, it's very interesting when you say it that way because that's quite an opposite of what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it is quite the opposite. In fact, what I see is the police are interrupting the protests.
Actually, what I'm seeing is police force, not service.
Not service.
Yeah, so what I'm seeing continually, perpetually now is the police force. Every Maandamano, well, I want to say the first few Maandamanos were fairly okay.
But there was still tear gas.
There was a bit of tear gas, but I want to say it was still fairly peaceful compared to the ones we're seeing recently.
Yes.
The ones we're seeing recently are riddled with a lot of violence. The ones we're seeing recently are riddled with a lot of deaths, which in my opinion is very unfortunate.
Yes.
And the ones we're seeing are are decorated with a lot of force.
Yes.
And there's a lot of force which doesn't necessarily relate to the name service.
Like the week of 1st July, the week leading to Sabasaba. I remember watching the demos as they were developing across the country, and I would give you two cases. One in Nairobi along Waiyaki Way, and another in Mombasa. So people were gathering, crowds were gathering. Then the police came and cordoned the roads, barricaded the roads into
Why?
the CBD. Now you tell me why.
Okay.
Now, that's one. Number two, as the crowds were gathering, because I remember even in the CBD, as crowds were gathering, the tear gas started at around 10, 11. Any small crowd that was gathering, tear gas was sent to disperse the crowd. Any small crowd,
Allah.
tear gas was sent to disperse the crowd. So isn't that interrupting the protest? Because people who are protesting come together in a crowd and march in a similar direction, in one direction. So if you're dispersing any crowd that is gathering, aren't you interrupting the protests? And aren't you violating the law by doing that?
I think you are. And I want to say, Ali, I still worry. It still doesn't make sense how the first few days of the protests were very peaceful. Up to the point where people even walked into parliament. They were fairly peaceful. And I still insist that I started noticing something. I started noticing that the crowd was changing. The crowd was changing.
Yes.
The crowd was becoming different. In the beginning, there were women, there were young women, there were older women.
Even
there
we
were
saw
men,
some kids
there were
attending.
kids, and they were walking and they were chanting, they were singing, who can Puagumi? You know? Everybody was singing. Then there was Sutasi Mama Ovuyaki.
Goda tena. You know, Abanton gave us revolutionary
there was
songs.
another one. There's another video I saw. Kudade.
Inadudada.
How do you do that? Kudade. Is that it?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
how you do it?
I would like to tell you if I do.
Kudade. I don't know how I
Mina
message
jatule.
you is a bit.
Kudade.
Yes, this one.
That one.
But anyway, so then
Yeah.
the crowd changed.
Yes.
And then I started seeing this different crowds of people,
Yeah.
mostly men, very few women. Then there was an onset of tear gas and incessant bullets.
Live bullets.
And I wonder, and I still ask, is it possible that these demonstrations have been hijacked?
Of course.
Is it possible that somebody is trying to sabotage the whole reason why people are demonstrating?
Of course.
Is it possible that somebody is trying to put a wool over young people's eye so then they are demonized as the ones who are causing havoc and chaos?
Clearly somebody is trying to gag the protesters.
Because I don't...
There are women who've been lost. We've lost women, we've lost young men, we've lost children. We've even lost older. There's a 40-year-old. We've even lost older people as well. It's cut across. The deaths have cut across.
This is sad.
Extremely. It is. And this is why I say, like, for example, the other case I was to give you, the one in Mombasa. So protesters, there was a video that went around, I think we'll put it here, of an older man, a Somali man, who had a handgun. He was holding a pistol, and he shot at the crowd that were protesting, and he shot somebody. And protesters now were stoning him. Cafe something. The name of his restaurant is Cafe something.
Cafe in Mombasa.
Yes, in Mombasa. And when I saw that video, I was like, this is so sad. Because why does a private citizen have to come out to protect his restaurant from being looted? Because he was fearing that people would go into his restaurant and loot. And that's why he came out, apparently, with the pistol to shoot at the protesters who are trying to get into his restaurant. Yeah? Now, that man was stoned. I saw a stone that hit him close to his groin. And I was like, this is so sad because he looked so distressed. And I was like, this is the role of the police. Because had the police lined up the streets to protect the property of people in the CBD of Mombasa, then people would have just marched on. Because you wouldn't dare try if policemen are lining the streets protecting both property and the people who are protesting. We wouldn't have had that scene. That man wouldn't have had to come out of his house with his pistol to try and protect his business. That's not his responsibility. That is the work of the police.
That is the job
We
of the
wouldn't have
police.
had those guys who were shot by him.
Yes, I agree with you.
We wouldn't have had him being stoned. And we wouldn't have had this narrative, oh, Somalis, you know. Because that's the work of the police. But you see, they failed. And you know, shortly after that, because the police were not far away, when now the gunshots went off, the police came in. And in that video, you see that the police were there and guys are still jumping in and out of the window of that of that cafe.
Watching.
And the police were there. So you
Yeah.
wonder,
Yeah.
similar to what was happening in the CBD, you have the police throwing tear gas at any crowds that are forming. Yet behind them, there are people who are looting.
Looting, yeah.
So aren't they being used for political gain? Are they not being used as pawns in this political? Because this is a political process.
See, whether they're being used as politically, whether it is a sabotage, whatever it is, I think as long as people focus on the looting,
We are taking
people
away.
losing. You're taking away from the reason why people are out in the
protesting.
streets in the first place. Now, whether these people have been sent to sabotage, the real reason is because there is lack of trust in the political leadership that we have.
Of course, clearly.
That's the reason why. That is what warrants them to say, okay, twendeni tukadanganya watu.
It's true.
So the more we focus on them, the more we drive away from the course. There's a 12-year-old, I think there was an interview that the president held
Yes.
with Linus
Joageo.
Joageo and Eric Latif. And he was told about the 12-year-old that was shot how many times again?
8.
8 times. Eight times. Can you imagine a 12-year-old being shot? What do you have to do? What do you have to do to be shot and not be arrested?
And he was shot in the back, meaning the boy was running away.
In the back.
It was over here in the back, yani, and the bullets are more or less around the same area. So it was like a target. Ta, 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 ta.
I see, that is brutal.
And the president said, yeah, the guy is alive, Amma. That's what he asked.
Oh yeah.
So
See,
insensitive.
That moment
You see
was
that-
a chilling moment for me when I was watching that interview, because even the journalists were caught aback
Yeah.
by the comment that he made.
Everybody
That boy
gasped.
is
The nation
alive,
gasped
right?
like,
I
Allah.
gasped for a minute.
This boy, 12-year-old, took 8 bullets. 8 bullets into the body of a 12-year-old boy. What would you tell the mother of that boy?
That boy is alive, right?
No, it's not.
Kennedy Onyango died.
He's dead.
Who would survive? Boss. Anyway.
Yeah, that was bad. And even in that speech where the president said, well, I give police autonomy and that's their dealings. But why wouldn't you call them out? Because I think that emboldened them, because on the Tuesday, was it 1st July?
So the week after, yes.
Yes, after that interview, because that was on Sunday, when people went to protest on Tuesdays, after the court order barring the use of tear gas, the use of water cannons, the use of live bullets, there was a gentleman who was shot in the CBD, in the leg.
I saw.
Tear gas was used on Thika Road, on Wayaki Way, in Kisumu, in Kisii, even in Kitui. Tear gas was used. Yeah, I mean, in Mombasa. So you wonder, why did they defy court orders? And up to now, why IPOA, the Independent Police Oversight Authority, has not arrested any police and presented them to be charged.
Ali, I have a question for you.
Up to now, it's been 3 weeks of protests, but no policeman has been arrested. They just say investigations are going on.
Understanding how rigorous and how thorough our policemen are, how very intense our intelligence is, it's surprising that it's taken that long for them to.
And you know who they're going after? The guys who went into parliament.
I don't know if you've seen this video, Ali. There's a video that was going round a few weeks ago of this policeman who is walking in front of journalists about to go into his car, the police car, and then he shoots. He takes his gun and shoots right at journalist, a tear gas canister right into
at close range
into the belly of this man.
Yes, and the cameras around him, so he's like, mutadu hakuna.
And this is what I always say to our press, man: don't switch off those cameras. Don't switch off those cameras. Keep them coming. Keep those cameras
Keep them rolling.
And I insist, Ali, in every unrest, there are 3 types of people. There are people who are protesting. There are people who are rioting, and there are people who are looting. They are all doing it for the same cause. Whether they all understand it or not, they are doing it. In order for you to be paid very little money for that matter, to go and disrupt a protest, it means that you are a product of a very, very sick system.
Very broken system.
And this is the reason why even if it doesn't stop, it is a lesson for us as Kenyans that we have a very rotten system. Because if I am going to be paid whatever money to go and disrupt people that are fighting for a cause that even I know is going to benefit me, I am a product of a very rotten system. But the question we need to ask ourselves further, what is the value of one life? Ali, if right now I give you 1 million Kenyan shillings, right? You would take it, wouldn't it?
If you give me 1 million?
Yes.
For free?
Yes.
Boss, later.
Okay. 2 million.
Later.
I'm not saying I have that money.
Bring it. You're giving
10 million.
Bring it.
20 million.
Welcome.
Do you remember in the previous episode we said 1 billion?
Yes, 1 billion.
1 billion?
Yeah.
How much you would have to spend to
for
finish
me and my
one
generations,
business? Yes.
bring it.
130 years of you spending how much per day?
20K.
20K.
Yeah.
Boss, about 20. Every day unamka hivi unasema
Now, I would still not finish it even after 130 years.
Yes. You will
Bring
still
it.
be left with so much for your generation to live with.
Bring it.
What if I told you I would give you that money, 1 billion,
Yes.
jioni,
Yes.
as you go to sleep, with the surety that you don't wake up in the morning?
No way.
1 billion.
For what? And I won't even be there for it. Sitakuwa. Nime-reject. Pole.
Anyway, so Ali, that's the thing. What is the value of a life?
There's no value.
Is the property that people are protecting more important than the lives that are being lost by live bullets?
No. Even one life is too much. Even one is too much.
Yes.
So life is sacrosanct. In Kenya, we no longer have capital punishment, right? That even if let's say I was to kill somebody, the courts cannot order my sentencing, that I cannot be killed even by the courts. So if we are not even killing our murderers, why are we killing innocent people? And even in the Police Act, of 2011, they are not supposed to shoot at children. It's written. They're not supposed to shoot at children. The police oath, they swear allegiance to the president and the Constitution. Similar to our defense forces, to the president, the Constitution, and the nation and the people. They vow to protect those people. So when now we see them acting counter to that, it's already an offense against the discipline.
Interesting.
Yeah, so now that brings me to question, what is the role of the judiciary in this?
Do you know, even as we talk about the judiciary, there's so many sectors of the society that we are yet to hear from. Even the judiciary, yes, and I know that the justice, Chief Justice spoke the other day after being given pressure from people to say something. Please say something, we're dying. I wonder, where is the church?
It's in bed.
Okay.
With the politicians.
Which is okay, right? But again, it goes back to the question,
okay.
What is the value of human life? What is the value of human life? And if the value of human life is like a single bullet, how much is a bullet? Like, how much does a bullet cost?
In northern Kenya, tunanunuanga bullet moja, inakuanga ngapi? Is it 45 bob? Hizo za mlengo.
Come on.
Eh.
Yeah. See, this makes me sad. Yeah. Ali, I was at our Kenya Police website. Let me see if I can find it here on my phone.
Tunafaa tuende to camp kwa hizo police stations and sit into those police stations until they arrest all the rogue police.
So I need you to listen to this. The Kenya Police Service hotlines 999 112 911. Vision. The vision, which is really good, vision is futuristic anyway, right? Is to be world-class police service with a people-friendly, responsive, and professional workforce.
People-friendly, responsive, professional.
See, if I were to say something or note something, I would add, rather than being responsive, I'd rather they're proactive.
Yes.
You're there to be proactive enough so then there is no crime. Or establish systems where there is minimal crime, because you'll never get rid of crime anyway. But let me head on to the mission. We are committed to providing T-quality police service. What is T-quality?
Top quality, maybe?
Maybe top. Okay. Top quality or T-quality police service to meet the expectations of our customers by upholding the rule of law, creating and maintaining strong partnerships for a conducive social, economical, and political development of Kenya. Mission.
Please repeat that last part, that social, political development.
I'll go back to
the mission.
To meet the expectations of our customers. How? Because there's a semicolon there. By upholding the rule of law, creating and maintaining strong partnerships for a conducive social, economic, and political development of Kenya.
So are they contributing with their brutality, are they contributing to our social political development by interfering with our protests?
Ali seatbelt.
You know, even when a police discharges a firearm, they're supposed to report to their superior.
Allah?
Yes. It is in the Police Act.
Allah?
Yes. In the schedules, I think the 5th schedule.
Allah?
Yes. And you're not supposed to use bullets without authorization.
Allah?
Yes. So all those who are shooting were given the go-ahead.
Wait, so if I shoot, before I shoot as a police person, I need to get permission.
I need to be authorized to use bullets. And if I'm in a situation where it happened that I needed to protect my life, or maybe the life of somebody else, and then thereby necessitating the use of the bullets, then I must report to my superior that this is what happened, and these are the number of bullets that were used.
Hey.
Yes, because then those are the checks and balances. Because these are people with weapons, so those are the checks and balances, so that we don't go butchering people. It is in the Police Service Act, and I would encourage everyone to read the Police Service Act of 2011. It outlines everything: the duties of the policemen, their bounds, their powers, their oath.
Yeah, because
their organization,
they swear allegiance to the president
and the nation,
and
the constitution.
The constitution of Kenya. Yeah, Ali.
Yes.
Listen to the core values of the police. Their core values are to be proactive and responsive in the discharge of our duties.
Proactive.
Yes. So here are the duties. 1, to exercise integrity and courtesy at all times. To cultivate and maintain partnership with all stakeholders, so including you and I and them. To create and maintain team spirit within the service. To be fair and firm in all their undertakings. To maintain a disciplined and professional workforce. To be gender sensitive, and to promote, protect, and respect the human rights of our customers. Are we customers? Are people customers? I mean, people that the police work for, are they customers or?
No.
What do they call them? What would you call people? Are they customers?
I wouldn't use customers, because that means then we pay them to get service. That means whenever you seek a policeman, there's an exchange, because a customer buys services. Yeah.
Customer that receives
Clients would be
services.
better.
Yeah.
So
So not customers.
it would be
Yeah.
of Kenyans, because this is the police
Citizens of
service.
Kenya.
Citizens, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now, of all those were about 7 or 8. How many do you think that the police have done that you'd say yes, tick?
There's a reason why I stopped, because I never went
Oh, there's
down
more.
to the functions. No, there were the functions
Yes.
of police, and the first one is to maintain peace and
Law and order.
peace and something. It was, something to do with peace. Ali, you know, the young people have woken the people of Kenya, right?
True.
And if there's anything that the young people have demonstrated to every person in Kenya who is watching now, is that nobody is indispensable. It is that the power of the unity of a voice is enough to break down trees. You know that story of the little axe that chops down a tree. If you take a razor blade and you have the biggest baobab tree, right? And every day unaenda unakata na kapisi na kawembe, razor blade do. One day the tree will fall. Doesn't matter. In so many years, one day the tree will fall. And so what young people are demonstrating to people is these small things that we're doing right now, they pay off.
True.
However,
Yes.
we haven't got time, because the reality is our nation and our people are under the leadership of politicians, predominantly. Unfortunately, these politicians they owe us a lot of trust. So far, they've lost it, because they've taken it. They took our
No,
trust.
they've
because
lost it.
Yes, so far, most of them have lost the trust of the people. So they owe us a lot of trust. Now, there's got to be a leverage here. Either people bend to the pressure and make sure that these politicians give us what we
need to
what
rebuild that
we
trust,
demand, what we
which
demand
is
for.
accountability.
Thank you.
And responsible leadership,
Or
and following the constitution. Yeah.
or people go and grab the trust by force,
And people, yes.
right?
Yes.
Now, it is almost obvious that it might not happen that way. I have a suggestion. Let protesters be protesters. Let rioters be rioters. Let looters be looters without judgment. But may the police do their work.
Yes.
If the police do their work, rioters, looters will be subdued. But the big questions will happen because even the police will start asking themselves, why are there so many rioters? Why are there so many looters? And why are they looting a freaking box of pizza? Why would you risk your life for a
box.
bullet, for a box of pizza? Then these questions, when these questions are answered properly, like, what? Look, you went to university. Why are you breaking through a glass to grab a piece of phone for a few thousand Kenyan shillings? When these questions are answered appropriately, our politicians will begin to be accountable.
I think the police, being that they are citizens, that they live with us. You remember back in the day, eh? I remember back then, like 2003, 2005, around that time, we lived in Kitale, and there was a bit of theft here and there, wheezy, whatnot. And, the community would come together, and whenever there's a thief and you blow the whistle and people come and the thief is caught, people arrest them and take them to the police.
The cops, yes.
If you had news of any plan, kuna pangwa hii siku nini, people would go and tell the police,
tell the cops.
On this and this day, ni kama kuna pangiwa. We were working with the police. But now, since then, what have we seen in the last 10 years? Initiatives to build community policing, to help us. Because why do they keep reaching out to us? That even there's a trust deficit between us and the police.
Thank you.
Because we believe they're not for us. They're against us.
Yeah. They're here to put us in lines for now, based on what we see. It's losing their name of service and it becoming even fearful force. So not just force, but fearful force.
For me, I would tell the police service, given the movements, given the advancements of the last month, watch this space. It's all hands on board. So you're better off joining us so that we can change Kenya for everyone.
I think, Ali, the cops are on our side to an extent. And let me explain something. So the other day I saw this video of this thief, or alleged thief, that was caught.
With the protesters.
Thank you. And these protesters came in and literally the cops were protecting this guy and they threw him into a Land Rover. If the cops were not there,
you'd have suffered mob justice.
That man would have been gone. Yeah, that young man would
and
have been gone.
even the Gen Zs, you've seen like whenever people get very angry and they want to break into something, the Gen Zs will tell them, no, don't break, don't do that. Even the ones who went into parliament, walingia, wakakula, wakapiga maselfie, na wakatoka.
Now, do you notice that during the Gen Z...
the ones at the mausoleum, they say, don't break the mausoleum, apana musichome, musivunje.
Thank you.
Kenyatta's mausoleum.
Thank you.
So they know what they're doing.
Now,
let's support the Gen Z. Support us, Jameni.
There's a video of a lady, I forget her name, but I don't know her name, who says, I'm here for Kenya, I'm here for my rights, I'm here for your rights.
You.
Nitoe.
I'm here for Kenya, I'm here for my people, I'm here for your rights. Nitoe.
Nitoe Baba.
Nitoe Baba.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Do you notice that as she said that, the cops did nothing?
Absolutely.
There's a video
Those words hit hard.
Thank you. There's a video of another Gen Z lady walking up to the cops, and I think she was giving them flowers or something. Cops did nothing. You can tell that there is a group of cops that actually understand the struggle. They understand the struggle. Unfortunately, people swear allegiance to who?
The president.
Yes. So then there's that. I think there's that conflict of. I don't want to call it
both.
interest.
They not only swear allegiance to the president, they also swear to the Constitution.
Yes.
Yes. So it's not an open check like that.
It's a great moral dilemma because Ali, you know,
Yeah.
man, I don't know about you, but I've been to where policemen live.
It's indignifying.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
It's
At all.
indignifying.
It does not look good. And to imagine that these are people that are protecting our billions. They
Not
are.
even our billions. They're protecting our lives. They're protecting the very existence of Kenyans.
So this is the same person who is going to protect you living in your $1 million mansion.
Yeah, like CSs and PSs have AP guarding their homes.
And man, when these people go back home, it doesn't look good.
Yeah, have you seen the houses of APs?
Yep.
The old mabati, like rusted, zimengoka. Yani,
Ali, a room like this, we would
this
share.
is too big. This
two
is too
families,
huge.
Two families. It's separated by a curtain. Material curtain. Inaitwaje? Fabric curtain.
Mm-hmm.
And then one family is there, one family is here. It doesn't look good.
It's not good. It's
So yeah,
indignifying.
I think we're in a. I don't know. I don't want to call it a moral dilemma, but it's a very tough one, and we better start either treating our police better, but we also have to hold our political leaders accountable because it's only a matter of time, and the police say, you know what, I'm done. I really am done, right?
I don't believe that all police or CSs are bad. I don't believe that
No.
all.
No.
But
We have
the
the
good
best
ones
cops.
should put pressure on the bad ones. The same way yesterday we saw the Senate saying the salaries of the MPs and whatnot that were increased should be rejected. It's the same way the good crop of... Because we even have Gen Z policemen. That good crop should put pressure on the bad ones.
Do you
that-
know these people who are saying
There's change that is needed. And it is needed now.
these senates that are saying that the Nini should be rejected?
The new salaries, the increase of salary.
When was this proposal given again?
Just yesterday.
No, the proposal for raising the salary.
It was in that, was it in the appropriation? It was before.
Before
it was
the
way before even
reject
this
finance
protest.
bill.
Yeah.
So hawakujua, si ndio?
No,
This
I think
salary
it's their
raise
moment.
is coming as a surprise.
I think it's their moment.
Like
Alafu
when the
unajua,
salary
hawa
commission was
wajongezewa,
sitting down.
They're not part of the pie.
Yes, when the salary, what is it called? Salary what?
Salaries and Remuneration Commission,
When they were
SRC.
sitting down to consider this raise, these people had no idea. They didn't know that the MPs would get a salary raise of 14K. No. This is a surprise. It came after Ruto's speech, sindio? Wametuzoea, boss.
Wametuzoea.
What? This is a product of educating a generation. When you educate a generation,
You raise
it
the whole
becomes
nation.
very difficult to sell the lies that you sold in the 80s.
You can't peddle the same lies.
Boss, squeezy,
And-
unasemanga watu wakigoogle.
Exactly. Ati amesema nini? No, it's a lie. And that-
Illuminati.
Illuminati haiwezi.
Hebu tuende website ya Illuminati tuone kama walikuwa wamesponsor.
Exactly. You can't lie to us.
Yeah.
You can't take us for the idiot.
Ali,
Nah.
do you think we have hope?
We have great hope. Great hope.
Do you think
We just need to stick to our purpose, stick to the mission, and also start living the Kenya the same way we want to hold accountability for our leaders is the same way we have to start with ourselves.
we should be
That
accountable.
if I am a sweeper, that I will come and sweep where I'm assigned to sweep every day, and that I'm accountable for that space that I'm given to sweep.
Thank you.
Yes. That if I am a conductor or mat, that I will ensure that I do not overload the mat with passengers. If it's a 14-seater, it remains a 14-seater. You know? That if I am an accountant, then I don't do smart accounting, You know, I don't play with the books, that I do things as per the accounting standards.
So you don't play NSIF, NHIF, SC chief.
You don't do some typo for NHIF, you know? It's a call for everyone, not only the ones in leadership, because then that's how we get the Kenya we want.
Yes.
That's how it's everyone. It's all hands on board and calling it out and not being silent. We've seen how powerful our voices are. Yeah?
I think we have a lot of hope.
Hope is there. Hope for
and
sure
the hope
is there.
will stem from education, but I also think that we need to repurpose our our philosophy of education.
Yeah.
So then our philosophy of education should not be, you're educating so that you can get a job and you be successful in life. The philosophy should be of service.
Yes.
Inherently of service.
And-
I think
and we
you
need
and I
to
spoke
move
about
away-
this before, yeah?
We spoke about this, and we need to
Yeah.
move away from materialism.
Eh,
Because that one, because siku hizi kama una kitu siwezi kusikiza. Kama ukae uko na do.
We're too focused
You know?
on innovation, and we forget about the purpose for this innovation. Our innovation purpose now is so we can make a living, so we can be successful economically.
Exactly.
It needs to stem from within, innovation of satisfaction of what I have done.
What I've done.
And not how much money or how much economical geography I've got from this innovation. Right? The moment we change the purpose of our education to that level, when these kids one time become policemen, even if they live in such a poor state, they'll be complacent with what they have, and they will understand that what is not yours is not for them to take. They will understand is what is not
what you
theirs
haven't
yet.
worked for. What you haven't worked for, you shouldn't take or grab.
And they will understand that, yes, maybe I'm here now, that my time will come.
But it doesn't mean I am less valuable because I have less and you have more.
Macabich.
Macabich. You know, I mean, like when you go to other countries, even here, Thailand, Singapore, where we're easy, you see people. There are people with more, there are people with less, but still, there's no squabble. There's no it's yes, you have more because you worked for it. It's not because you stole. It's not because of. And people are okay with what they have. You're okay with what you have. Yeah. And that comes with giving everyone their bit. Give everyone access to healthcare, education, the necessity, food, shelter. Then we're good to go.
I would even add that not just education and healthcare,
Yeah.
but appropriate education, appropriate healthcare, appropriate shelter. So not just saying, okay, shelter. Tunawatengenezea housing project.
Not like the police ones hapana, si kama hizo za kambi.
Yes, so it's got to be appropriate.
Yes.
It's got to be meaningful. There's a level of
Dignifying. It has to be dignifying. Dignifying.
Washasema. Ali,
Yes.
nimechoka.
Hata mimi. Maze. Lakini protest ziendelee.
I hope they
Let's
come to
have
fruition.
sit-ins. Tuendelee na hizo maangle watu.
Yes, you stick to your angle. You protest in the department that you can.
can.
If you're a protester,
But no
keep
matter what, it
going.
has to keep going.
Yes,
It has to keep going.
yes.
I'm glad that now people are waking up and now we are all active citizens.
Ushasema.
Yes, because that is how we move this nation to greatness. Ama namna gani?
Ali, Mbwekse. Makabich.
Yes, Magabich.
Ali twende.
I'm not perfect, but I am Kenyan. And that's kind of the same thing. Yeah? Okay.
Ali.
Yes, the Kikombe.
Ali.
The Kikombe.
Ali.
What would happen when two Nilots enter a pod? Two strangers from the Nilotic tribes of East Africa.
I am the Kikombe.
And I am Ali.
And thank you for being here.